Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I am your host Prachi Goyal, and signing with me is my co-host Vaibhav Kulkarni. Today we have an inspiring guest with us, Amarja, who is an entrepreneur hailing from Mumbai. As the director of Rice Edge Foundation, Amarja has led numerous initiatives focused on skill development and social upliftment. Her diverse experience also includes roles in government consulting and advisory, urban development, and infrastructure planning. Welcome to this podcast, Amarja. Looking forward to hear about your journey in this podcast.
Hello and namaste. Thank you so much for having me. Very excited to be doing this.
Hi Amarja, thank you for joining us today. So basically, the whole agenda for viewers to know that हम आज क्या बात करेंगे basically is that so Amarja is a social entrepreneur. So basically, she has started an NGO called Rises Foundation, and she's also a civil engineer. So for your information, I'm too a civil engineer, but I don't like I never gone into field or something. But she works in field as well. So that is what we're going to explore in this podcast. Amaja, are you like still working in like fields or right now you are more into NGO these days? What's happening?
Oh, so I think my life has too many verticals to it. So one part of it is, yes, I am very involved at Rise Edge Foundation and the whole NGO aspect of it and the whole like social work aspect. And the second part is I am basically a government contractor and a builder developer of sorts. So two very different things, but I try to bring both of them together and kind of see what I can do best. So yeah, I am equally involved in both areas. So yeah.
Great. And then so because I have like I won't say कि मैंने site पे काम किया, but to some extent I know कि how it is, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes it can get very exhausting, and then you know what temperature we are into, right? 40 degree, 45 degrees, and that kind of stuff. So how difficult it is to work in such environment, starting with, and then what is your overall experience, challenges that you have faced so far? You want to talk something? Maybe there might be some women specific challenges. So anything about that?
Yeah, so overall, I think on-site work is obviously very difficult. It's not something that, our generation is very used to because I feel like human labor extensive jobs are very less, like very less sectors in general are there that, require you to do the physical work. So tough in the sense, I mean, you have to kind of be physically fit if you have to be on site every day. Temperatures are draining, so that is obviously obviously like a very big factor. But you have to kind of take care of yourself, take care of the people around you. That's all a part and parcel of it. And I genuinely love like construction and infrastructure, and this is what I've been wanting to do like all my life. So this it's like every day, even when I'm like as a dhoop mein khadi rehti hu, I'm living my dream life. So I have no complaints in general. But yes, like being like a girl in the industry, very different experiences. Like multiple sites that I took up initially did not have female washrooms. So that was a very big obviously issue on hand. Then many times whenever, like suppose we're doing some of the major metro projects pan India, so whenever I go on site, so they are always like, you're the first girl or the first woman who has come here and who's working. So it's very new for them as well. But I think this conversation needs to start. I know that girls are very interested. Like I know of girls who are very interested in civil engineering and want to do side job. But again, like parents don't allow. Families that they get married into is not really acceptable to be on site. Society is also very weird, and also this sector in general, the progress of the community is not as much. So it's a daily fight. Like even when I started, there would be certain people who would not talk to me even though I am the main authority of some sorts on site, but they would,
Hesitation.
yeah, they would prefer to take orders from somebody who's not in the same position, a little like junior to me. But a man, so they are more comfortable taking that. So yeah, all of that happens. It's been 2 years I've been doing this now. Like Tata Projects also recently they announced the fully female-led project wherein everybody from the PM to the junior engineers to the site engineers, they were all like females on site working engineers. So yeah, I think the conversation has started, and it's again like people like you and me, you being a civil engineer, like from this generation, and it's girls are equally talented. They can do whatever,
I think even they are more talented in terms of multitasking. That is what exactly needed at site actually.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's different aspects of it, but like I said, like I have no complaints to make because I'm living the dream, and obviously there are obstacles, but you should know how to deal with it. Everything is
Yeah.
figure outable, everything is dealable, and when you tell people कि अच्छा ये चीज ऐसा भी हो सकता है, वो लोग भी मान ही जाते हैं.
Right.
Although I don't have the experience in civil engineering, but my family background it is into the civil engineering.
Oh
My
wow.
brother and my father both are contractor, so that's
Oh.
why I'm able to relate this thing. But I have got 10 days chance. Like I had a privilege to work in one of the real estate company
Oh
just
wow.
for 10 days. Okay, after 10 days, I was like, no, it's not my like piece of cake. So that's how I left that company. But don't you think like sometimes when I talk about real estates or like infrastructure planning, if you are going and visiting to the sites, uh, till now, like in today's era, also I can't find any girls being in that on site. So how exactly you are managing right now? Like you are the alone survivor in that particular on site, or you are actually now seeing the change?
No, so very honestly, multiple sites, multiple projects that I take on, I am literally the only girl over there. Now, it also comes with conditioning. Like in my family, we are two sisters. So we were never taught only कि लड़का ऐसा होना चाहिए, लड़की ऐसी होनी चाहिए और अलग अलग होता है. Yeah, ऐसा कुछ like we should not do certain things or certain things are supposed to be done with men only. So for me, in my brain is not conditioned in the way to see ki, oh, this is awkward or why am I the only girl. Like for example, even when I took civil engineering in college, I think we were just two or three girls in class in the whole batch. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very normal for me. I know that see at the end of the work ना तुम्हारा काम तुम्हारे लिए बोल देता है.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
the kind of projects we are taking on, we are delivering on time. They are seeing the amount of effort the whole team is taking in general. My team is like the set of best human beings on planet Earth. So it's like कि आप जब एक आधा प्रोजेक्ट चालू करते हो तो 1 month 2 months there can be some kind of friction, but after 3 months, like when you're delivering on site constantly, they are seeing that okay, like this is better than what was before, and these people are giving better results, तो वो खुद ही समझ जाते हैं. एंड आप किसी मतलब अगर वो मुझे परेशान कर, जैसे बहुत बार हुआ है कि पीपल हैव ट्रबल्ड मी ऑन साइट एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, बट दे सी ना कि आई एम आल्सो नॉट लीविंग. मैं भी मतलब मैं टिकी हूँ, मैं कर रही हूँ, वो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, तो ऑल ऑफ दिस कंबाइंड टुगेदर स्पीक्स अ लॉट. एंड मतलब वेरी ऑनेस्टली इन माय ब्रेन आई एम नॉट कंडीशनड ओनली इन अ वे कि अच्छा ये ऑकवर्ड है, व्हाई एम आई द ओनली गर्ल, या साइड पे और कोई नहीं है. दीज आर थिंग्स आई डोंट सी ऑल्सो. ये तो मतलब जब मैंने काम चालू किया तब मुझे नोटिस हुआ कि अच्छा ये ऐसी बातें भी होती है कि ऐसे कभी लड़की नहीं गई है, ऐसे वॉशरूम नहीं बने हुए हैं, तो ठीक है ना, बन जाएंगे, वो नहीं बनाएंगे हम बना लेंगे, या वी फिगर इट आउट. मतलब इतना कोई लोड नहीं है.
Wow. So I think you are basically like अब डील करना आ गया है, I would say, और maybe you are very conditioned as you said. एक चीज मुझे याद है कोविड के टाइम से स्पेसिफिकली कि बहुत सारे लोग वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहे थे, एंड देन देयर वाज ओनली सिविल इंजीनियर्स हु आर वर्किंग इन द साइट बिकॉज़ साइट बंद नहीं थे.
बन नहीं थी.
So I don't know, like it's really hard to be a someone who is working on site, धूल मिट्टी everything. Then, but yeah, you are doing a great job by the way. So moving ahead, I think जिस चीज के लिए people know you a lot, like I think that was one of the major thing people know you. That is your NGO Rise Foundation.
Correct.
ये start कैसे हुआ, कहाँ से हुआ, क्या हुआ था, everything you would like to know.
So now, in general, I am a person who believes in people having equal access to opportunities. मतलब कि आप कोई भी बैकग्राउंड से आ रहे हो, आप कोई भी जेंडर के हो, आप कहीं से भी आ रहे हो, सबको ना एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे चालू करना चाहिए. सो दैट्स बेसिकली इक्वल एक्सेस टू अपॉर्चुनिटीज की ये प्लेटफॉर्म पे सबको इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज दी गई है. अब आप एज एन इंडिविजुअल या कोई और एज एन इंडिविजुअल, व्हाट यू डू विद दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी इज अप टू यू. बट the fact that, like, for example, me, I was a really great student all throughout my college life, school life, but my extracurriculars etc were zero. Matlab, as I couldn't talk to people, I couldn't, have a proper conversation because I was a very shy child. So to deal with that, my father put me in a boarding school which was fully focused on extracurriculars. तो क्या था कि मुझे ना एक्सेस ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली कि मुझे वो स्कूल में डाला गया. अब मैंने उधर जाके जो भी किया वो मैंने किया, बट that access to opportunity wala factor ki I was put into that school, I had that whole personality development, I was made to take those opportunities. So I believe कि ये है ना, ये सबको मिलना चाहिए. उसके बाद जो वो इंसान करता है वो उसके ऊपर है. So I was really not happy with the fact that kids who have not done anything bad or who don't deserve also kind of the things that have happened to them don't get the access only to these opportunities. And I knew for a fact that these kids are extremely talented because like even before I started Rise Edge, I used to visit orphanages a lot. Like it's there, मतलब ऐसा for birthdays and all, our parents used to take us and all. तो मुझे दिखता था कि यार ये लोग ना मुझसे भी स्मार्ट है, बट इज जस्ट दैट क्योंकि वो एक्सेस ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी उनको नहीं मिल रही है, दे आर नॉट going out in the world, they don't know that how much potential they have. So keeping all of this in mind, in my second year of college I started this NGO called Meraki Orphan Welfare, which was basically only focusing on extracurricular activities for orphan kids and in and around orphanages.
This is engineering?
Second year.
Engineering second year, right?
Yeah, this is my engineering second year. I must be what, 17, 18. Now I started with this whole idea ki access of opportunities, you have to give this and that, but how to do it was, I am also 18-year-old, I've never done this before. So social media was my best friend because I was good at Instagram and stuff like that. So I just put out like this very randomly short video of me being very inspirational and motivational and talking out, and it got like some 4,000 5,000 views in one night, which was actually too much according to that time at least. And then what I did was I put a Google link form saying whoever wants to help or whoever wants to join the initiative, fill the form and I'll figure out what to do then. And I remember like within like 3 days I had over 450 people.
Wow.
Filling that form pan India level, because I was a newbie. I forgot to say ki which location, Mumbai, Pune, where am I doing, what am I doing. तो I was like यार मतलब ये वाली चीज है ना लोगों को करनी है, but they're not finding the right direction and because of whatever reason they don't want to do it themselves. But ऐसा कोई अगर initiative है तो वो लोग पक्का आएंगे and they will give their inputs. So I found out like Mumbai people from the list. My friends also reached out to me. Actually, one of my friend who used to work with me back then, he got me my first collaboration with the orphanage in Goregaon. So वहाँ पे कैसे था कि we used to go weekend to weekend and teach the kids different things. तो ये भी हमने कैसे किया था, like first 2 months we went and taught basics of everything like art and craft, music, dance. Then we segregated those kids according to their interest areas, what they were good at, and then वो वाले बच्चे सिर्फ वही उसमें ही excel मतलब कैसे कर सकते हैं, हमारा वो motivation था. And one thing led to another, and afterwards we were almost 100 plus volunteers going physically weekend to weekend to over 10 orphanages in and around Mumbai and getting this done. So मुझे एक बात तो समझ रही थी कि लोगों को ये करना है, दूसरी बात मुझे ये भी समझ रही थी कि ये नहीं पता था कि ये सब कैसे करना है financially, but I knew कि I can't take the money into my bank account. Like whatever these activities and all we were conducting, like suppose art and craft वाला activity है तो scissor paper वगैरह we only used to get it. So what solution we found out for that was कि हम अब जैसे ये वाला weekend हम लोग best out of waste या फिर आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट का कुछ कर रहे हैं जिसमें सिजर, थर्मोकॉल ये सब लग रहा है, तो हम एक Amazon कार्ड बनाते थे एंड वी यूज्ड टू पुट इट ऑन आवर Instagram पेज। तो जिसको भी जो भी डोनेट करना होता था वो Amazon कार्ट में ऐड करके डायरेक्टली वो ऑर्फनेज भेज देता था। तो अगेन वी वर नॉट इन्वॉल्व इन द मॉनेटरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट, लाइक वी वर टेकिंग मनी, वी वर बाइंग एनीथिंग। तो वो लोग डायरेक्टली जाके उनको देते थे, सामान वीकेंड तक पहुंच जाता था, हम जाके सिखा देते थे। सो दैट वाज वन ऑफ द थिंग्स दैट वाज डन। सो ऐसे करते करते वी वर, लाइक आई सेड, 100+ टीम हो गई थी। दीज टीम्स वर आल्सो रोटेटिंग, मतलब एक वीकेंड पे 20 जन ही लगते थे, तो जो भी फ्री होता था वो आता था। लॉट ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स वर इन्वॉल्व्ड। slowly my teachers also started getting involved who were teaching me in college and all। तो जैसे जो 11th 12th वाले बच्चे होते थे उनके लिए हम 1-on-1 काउंसलिंग सेशंस रखते थे कि आपको क्या करना चाहिए। इफ यू आर interested in computers, so like the computer teachers from my college, they would reach out and kind of do counseling ki which college, what to do, how many marks अगर आपको कोई दिक्कत है। So holistically, what I was trying to do back then is give them the access to opportunities, मतलब उनको to have the conversation going ki some sort of teachers are coming to them and talking to them about certain things if they are really interested in music and arts। some teacher is coming and teaching them that, ताकि उनको पता चले कि ये सब होता क्या है। because in orphanages basically what I realized was they would focus a lot on education, which is great, which is necessary, but ये जो extra curricular वाला aspect था वो बिल्कुल हो ही नहीं रहा था, वो कोई देख ही नहीं रहा था। it was not of importance also to them। So when we also started reaching out, they were more than happy to collaborate because we were not asking for much, we were asking for the kids times for 2-3 hours every weekend। So ऐसे Meraki Orphan Welfare functioned for like from my second year till the time COVID hit।
Okay.
Great.
So, Amarja, while you were telling about this, what I understood, you're especially working on the skill development, right?
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
for the students, or is it for the other like college students also? You have mentioned in between. So,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is
So
the age group what
anybody,
you
so we used to work at the orphanage, but there were a lot of other people also who were not economically very strong. They would come sit for the classes. So generally we had everybody, like we didn't pick and choose कि नहीं इनको ही या इनको ही। So see basically ना मेरा लाइफ का क्या था कि मेरा जो भी डेवलपमेंट हुआ वो बहुत ज्यादा एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर से हुआ। पढ़ाई में मैं बहुत अच्छी थी बट मैं ये सब कर ही नहीं पा रही थी। लाइक आई कुडंट हैव कॉन्वर्सेशंस, आई डिडंट नो व्हाट आई वाज गुड एट, आई डिडंट नो व्हाट माय स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड वीकनेसेस वर, पर्सनालिटी भी नहीं था टू बी वेरी वेरी ऑनेस्ट। सो ये सब जो है होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट के लिए मैं ये समझ गई थी कि यार स्किल डेवलपमेंट बहुत जरूरी होता है लाइफ में इन जनरल। सो आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू डू दैट बिकॉज स्कूल वाज तो टेकन केयर ऑफ विद दीज किड्स, तो एट एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स में हम क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, वी वर फोकसिंग ऑन दैट।
So how did you identify that what kind of skills is required by those kind of group, and also like training programs need to be conducted, right? Like जिनको आप ये जो, and how exactly that training program के लिए आप तैयार करते थे लोगों को?
हाँ, सो बेसिकली कैसे होता था कि है तो बच्चे ही, तो कैसे होता है कि म्यूजिक होता है, आपका आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट होता है। हमारे पास 1-2 अबैकस वाले भी बच्चे थे who were very good at maths that we figured out because like I said in the first 2 months any NGO that we would approach in the first 2 months what we would do is बेसिक एक्टिविटीज हम लोग चालू कर देते थे। तो जैसे एक हफ्ता हमने पूरा मतलब एक वीकेंड पूरा हमने आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट कर लिया, एक हफ्ता पूरा हमने स्टोरी टेलिंग कर लिया, एक हफ्ता पूरा हमने एक वीकेंड पूरा डांस कर लिया। देन आपको समझ आ जाता है ना कौन सा बच्चा किस में इंटरेस्टेड है। दे वुड ऑल्सो कम टू अस कि हमें ये करना है, हमें वो करना है। सो आफ्टर 2 months working with them every weekend you realize who's interested in what, and then the 100 volunteers that I'm talking about, they were also college going kids only, but they were like I had this one friend who was running his NGO wherein he taught kids music instruments। तो मेरे जो म्यूजिक वाले बच्चे थे वो उसके पास थे, तो ही मैनेज टू गेट लाइक गिटार्स एंड कीबोर्ड्स एंड एवरीथिंग टू देम एंड लाइक टीच देम। आई हैड अ फ्रेंड हु वाज डूइंग आर्किटेक्चर एंड शी हैड डन हर फाइन आर्ट्स वाला कोर्स, तो शी यूज्ड टू टीच देम अबाउट लाइक ड्राइंग, पेंटिंग, कलर थ्योरी, स्टोरी टेलिंग वगैरह। आई हैड अ फ्यू फ्रेंड्स हु वर इन थिएटर, तो वो आके उनको ये सिखा देते थे। देन वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड यूज्ड टू वर्क एट शामक, वो आके उनको डांस का सिखा देता था। तो इट वाज बेसिकली मतलब ऐसे ऐसे नहीं कि दे वर द बेस्ट टीचर्स और समथिंग, बट हाँ मतलब रिलेटेड टू फील्ड थे, could teach the kids something or the other according to their knowledge and skill set. So this is how the whole program was run.
That's
Great.
interesting. But
And
I want to understand one more thing, like monetary aspect. I am not able to understand कि exactly किस तरह से लोग आपको help कर पा रहे थे जिसमें कि like you were able to drive this. क्योंकि मुझे कहीं ना कहीं I am just missing out this point कि exactly ये सब expenses कैसे manage हो रहे थे.
Correct. So, like I said, मेरा फॉर्म जो था वो 300 लोगों ने भर दिया था, तो मुझे एक आइडिया आ गया था कि हाँ यार लोगों को मदद करनी है करके. अब जैसे आप सोचिए कि ये सैटरडे संडे हमारा आर्ट क्लास है. अब आर्ट क्लास के लिए आप मतलब 50 किड्स आर देयर, तो आपको क्या लगेगा, आपको 50 ड्राइंग बुक्स लगेंगी, आपको 50 वो फेबर कैस्टल वाले किट्स लगेंगे पेंटिंग वाले. तो हम क्या करते थे, हम ये जो पूरा क्वांटिटी है एंड द एग्जैक्ट प्रोडक्ट दैट वी वर लुकिंग एट कि फेबर कास्टल का ये 20 रुपए का पैकेट, ड्राइंग बुक ये 100 पेज की 100 रुपए की बुक, ये हम अपने इंस्टाग्राम पे डाल देते थे. दैट टाइम आवर इंस्टाग्राम हैड अराउंड 800 फॉलोअर्स एंड लाइक माय पर्सनल फॉलोइंग वाज अराउंड 10,000. आई हैड अ लॉट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स हु लाइक, आप ये समझ लो कि जो 100 वॉलंटियर थे वो सब हम सब मिलके अपने स्टोरी पे डाल देते थे. तो अभी समझिए कि आपने देख लिया कि 100 ड्राइंग बुक्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है, which is around 100 rupees for one book. Let's say your budget is only 500, that you want to spend 500 on charity for this month. So what you would do is we would post, so we would have like one contact, like one POC who would help you with the end-to-end ordering and delivering journey. So you would fill the form that okay, I'm interested in donating for this week's class. So the person would reach out to you. They would ask you कि आपको क्या क्या, what is your comfort level, क्या क्या है क्या क्या नहीं है. तो आप उनको बोलेंगे कि I want to donate 5 drawing books. So that person will make the whole Amazon cart for you of 5 drawing books at the address of the orphanage that we were working at and give you. तो आपको बस पेमेंट करना है, तो वो 5 किताबें orphanage पहुंच जाएंगी. तो you have paid and it has been delivered to the delivery address which is of the orphanage. So we are not taking any money. Like we are not saying you give us 500 rupees and we will order it for you.
That's great.
Yeah.
क्योंकि
So
डायरेक्ट अगर ऑर्फनेज के साथ हो रहा है तो फिर ट्रस्ट इशू का प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है.
exactly, or like we were in it to make sure everybody trusts us and everybody does it. तो अब जैसे आपने 5 की कर दी, तो अब मुझे 95 चाहिए, फिर वैभव आ गया, वैभव ने बोला मैं 20 करूंगा. एंड दीज वर वेरी स्मॉल टिकट साइज ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स ऑल्सो, लाइक $20, $100, because our target audience also, like even when we were promoting all of this कि हम लोग ये सब कर रहे हैं, हमारे दोस्त भी तो हमारे एज ग्रुप के ही थे, तो we understood कि सबको पॉकेट मनी से ही करना है जो भी करना है. And this was initially. Then later on, as and when we grew, then we had like people just donate 500 books, 500 pencil cases and stuff like that. Then we used to have parents who wanted to celebrate their birthdays. So as a birthday gesture, they would, donate in bulk. But initially we would do that. And after that, bulk wala bhi humne hamesha se ही ऐसे किया कि they would order, give it to them, and then we would conduct whatever was to be done.
And और एक चीज है, I think, I don't know if you highlighted that part or not, but that is operations, right? Because I was also part of an NGO where we used to clean mountains around our city. So one of the aspect was कि चलो पैसे भी आ गए, funds भी आ गए, right? सब कुछ हो गया. But the point is कि अब जाके execute भी करना है जो हमने सोचा था. So I think that is another challenge that you need to do कि सबको साथ में लेके चलना है, because some points conflicts भी होते हैं, कुछ लोगों का मतलब होता है, nature होता है, conflict हो जाता है. ऐसे did you encounter such any issue ऐसे throughout the process, या फिर any challenges that you had in terms of operating or executing what you are trying to do basically?
तो ना मतलब एग्जीक्यूशन हम बहुत जल्दी समझ गए थे कि हमें ये कैसे करना चाहिए. तो जैसे लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव 5 NGOs दैट वी आर वर्किंग विद दिस वीकेंड. सो वी विल हैव 5 डिफरेंट POCs फ्रॉम मिराकी ऑर्फन वेलफेयर हु आर डूइंग एंड टू एंड एवरीथिंग. अब ये 5 जने जो है, इनको मंडे को पता चल जाता था कि यार सैटरडे संडे ना हमको ये करना है. तो ये 5 जने क्या करेंगे कि कौन सा क्लास कौन से NGO में रन करना है, उसके लिए कौन सा आइटम्स इक्विपमेंट्स क्या अपना कौन सा प्रोडक्ट लगने वाला है, और कितने वॉलंटियर्स लगने वाले हैं। 20 बच्चों के लिए आपको कम से कम 10 वॉलंटियर तो लगते ही थे, बिकॉज यू टू वन ऑन वन टीच देम एवरीथिंग। सो ये सब जो है अगर सैटरडे संडे को होने वाला है तो मंडे से ये एक्टिविटी चालू हो जाता था। अब ये जो 5 लोग हैं उनको ऑलरेडी पता होता था कि हमको ये करना है, तो वो एंड टू एंड पूरा कर देते थे। एंड ऑब्वियसली इनिशियली आई वाज वेरी लाइक हाइपर इन्वॉल्वड इन द स्मॉल स्मॉल थिंग्स, बट इफ यू एक्चुअली लुक एट द ऑपरेशंस ऑफ दिस, इट्स वेरी इजी। आपको डिसाइड करना है कि आपको कौन सी एक्टिविटी करनी है। आपके पास ऑलरेडी अ पूल ऑफ 100 वॉलंटियर्स है। आपको बस मतलब वी हैड अ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, उस पे बस रीच आउट कर दो कि कौन कौन फ्री है। लेट्स से कि 10 लोगों का रखा है, उसमें से 2 भी नहीं आए तो भी 8 पीपल फॉर 20 किड्स इज गुड इनफ। एंड ये जो मैंने पूरा अमेजोन का समझाया, वो तो क्या, आपको लिंक रेडी करना है एंड जो जैसे आ रहा है उसको बस बोलना है कि हाँ भैया इधर ऑर्डर कर देना। सो ऑपरेशंस वाज वेरी, एंड आई एम अ वेरी लाइक एग्जीक्यूशन ऑपरेशंस काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग। एंड जो आप बोल रहे हो कि टीम में वगैरह कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, यार आप जब ऐसा काम करते हो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट का तो रीजन ही नहीं रहता। व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू फाइट अबाउट और व्हाट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इज गोइंग टू हैपन। एंड आई हैड my some of my best friends working with me on this, like Vedhi, my bestest friend in the whole world, she was one of our activity heads. We found such beautiful and amazing people who are my friends even now, like there was this girl called Alifia, like we're still friends, and she was such a good, like when you join something like this for some cause like this, आपका बहुत अलग ही mentality and बहुत अलग ही functioning होता है। तो यार मतलब कभी भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वगैरह तो हुआ ही नहीं। एंड ऑपरेशंस भी हमने बहुत अच्छे से सॉर्ट कर लिए थे, बिकॉज 100 लोगों का पूल था, हमें पता था क्या किसको क्या करना है। ये जो अमेजोन वाली चीज थी वो भी फिगर आउट कर ली थी, तो ज्यादा कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं था।
Wow, brilliant execution as well. So now you mentioned COVID in your first introductory part of shall I say Miraki, shall I say Rises, but I think let's also cover that part ki why I turned to Miraki or any story behind that. But then you mentioned COVID, right? So क्या हो रहा था COVID में?
हाँ, तो जैसे हमारा तो पूरा फिजिकल था ना, जैसे हर वीकेंड हम जाते थे, हम बच्चों को सिखाते थे। एंड देन कोविड हिट तो सब बंद हो गया। तो पहले 15 दिन का लॉकडाउन हो गया, उसके बाद वापस वापस लॉकडाउन एक्सटेंड हो गया। तो जितना मैं समझ पा रही थी, आई हैड अंडरस्टूड वन थिंग कि भले ही सब चीजें चालू भी हो जाए, आई कैन नॉट सेंड माई वॉलंटियर्स टू ऑर्फनेजेस because of the because I was scared like they would infect the children, and then they didn't have the kind of funds to kind of take care of everybody. So then and जब अपना online classes वगैरह सब चालू हो गया था, so what we did was we did a donation drive for old laptops and old phones, and we started collecting them. तो अगर बंद भी होते थे तो भी मतलब we used to collect them. I had this one repair technician kind of a guy. I used to send everything to him, get everything repaired, and we used to pack everything and send to orphanages. तो जैसे एक orphanage को लैपटॉप दे दिया, दूसरे अगर दूसरा मतलब कोई लोकेलिटी है जहाँ पे हमें पता है कि ये वाले स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनको एक फोन भेज दिया। तो ऐसे करके वी मैनेज टू start collecting and sending out laptops and phones on a pan India level, because ये जो orphanages वगैरह होते हैं इनके मतलब इनका मतलब जैसे अगर मुंबई में है तो सूरत में भी होगा, तमिलनाडु में भी होगा। so they also started asking कि आप दो करके, तो obviously आप deny तो नहीं कर सकते। and when so I'll talk more about what we did. So अब जैसे लैपटॉप्स और फोन सबके पास पहुंच गए, उसके बाद वी डिड वन मोर कैंपेन वेयरइन यू कुड डोनेट 1 year वर्थ ऑफ डेटा। तब ना जियो के प्लान्स बहुत सस्ते चल रहे थे, तो व्हाट वी रिक्वेस्टेड द कम्युनिटी इन जनरल वाज कि आप 1 साल का डेटा या फिर डोंगल स्पॉन्सर कर दो। तो वो भी अगेन वो जियो वाले प्लान नंबर सब ले लेते थे, हम सिर्फ डिलीवर करते थे। डोंगल्स भी अगर उन्होंने ले लिए हमको दे दिए तो हम जाके वो एनजीओज तक पहुंचा देते थे। सो इससे क्या हो गया कि वी वर अगेन कनेक्टेड टू ऑल एनजीओज दैट वी वर वर्किंग विद एंड इवन मोर। So when people started seeing this, then they started donating new laptops, new phones, because they saw कि यार मतलब काफी अच्छे से इनिशिएटिव चल रहा है। So that's how we started working on a pan India level. We started taking online classes. और ये जो हम वीकेंड कर पा रहे थे, बिकॉज लाइक पीपल लाइक मी, वी वर ओनली फ्री ऑन वीकेंड्स ना, क्योंकि सैटरडे संडे हमारा कॉलेज ही रहता था। बट अभी तो सभी घर पे थे, सभी ऑनलाइन थे। So we started working with pan India orphanages on a everyday basis, wherein हर रोज classes हो रहे हैं, हर रोज art class, dance class, one-on-one counseling sessions also my teachers started taking with these students because laptop था, phone था. So this is the whole thing that we did in COVID. So this was the education part of it, and we also did a lot of food donation drives in COVID, wherein again the model was same. We found like a kitchen, देन वी वुड पुट आउट रिक्वेस्ट कि यार 50 लोग 100 लोगों का आज खाने का है, तो लेट्स से यू वांटेड टू डोनेट, तो आप डायरेक्टली किचन को पैसे भेज देते थे. वहां पे हमारा एक बंदा रहता था जो पूरा इन्वेंट्री मैनेज करता था कि हाँ ये पैसे आलू इतने का है तो इतना आलू आ रहा है वगैरह. एंड वी यूज टू अगेन गो एंड गिव आउट द फूड. ये तो हमने क्या किया था, हमने पूरा मुंबई का मैप बनाया था. वी कॉल्ड इट द हंगर मैप. सो वी हैड सेग्रीगेटेड कि डेली मील्स की जरूरत कहाँ पे है. देन सेकेंड वॉज कि जिन लोगों के पास गैस है पर जिन लोगों के पास राशन नहीं है, तो उनके लिए हमने राशन किट्स बनाने चालू किए. सो वी डिड अ लॉट ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ सैनिटरी पैड्स ऑल्सो ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम. So this map was actually so well done that BMC had asked us to give that information to them, and then they took over the whole thing. So this is the kind of thing that we did in COVID.
बहुत ही organized way में you have managed everything in COVID, I believe, because people have struggled a lot to moving from like offline setup to the online setup. So and that too you were doing pan India. उसी time I guess your main expansion happened of.
Yeah, because I mean, very honestly, I wasn't expecting it. But let's say like we were working with this orphanage in Goregaon. तो उनका और एक ऑर्फनेज था गुजरात में, तो दे रिक्वेस्टेड कि यार हमारे बच्चे काफी अच्छे से कर पा रहे हैं, तो क्या आप दे सकते हो. तो ऐसा कोई पूछे तो आप मना तो डेफिनेटली नहीं कर सकते हो. तो आप क्या करते हो, आप और रीच आउट करते हो, आप आपका स्टेटिस्टिक्स दिखाते हो कि इतने बच्चे को हम मदद कर रहे हैं, आपका टोटल कॉस्टिंग ये होगा. जियो का भी डेटा प्लान कुछ आई थिंक 1200-1300 ऐसे ही कुछ तो था. तो वी जस्ट वर्क एंड घर पे थे, ज्यादा कुछ चल भी नहीं रहा था. वेरी ऑनेस्टली हमारे भी क्लासेस ऑनलाइन थे. सो दैट इज व्हेन आई एक्चुअली अंडरस्टूड कि एट व्हाट स्केल दिस कैन हैपन.
So did you collaborated with any NGOs that time?
Yeah, we collaborated with a lot of NGOs. So we collaborated with for the food donation. I believe we were 18 or 19 social entrepreneurs who had come together, who were doing different things. Like ek I remember was into beach cleaning. One of my friend was into sanitary pads. I was into the whole education thing, but then this food thing had also come in. So we collaborated a lot, and it was all college students. मतलब मैं आपको बताऊं, अगर वो वाले टाइम पे हमारे सबकी ऐसे 18-20 जन जो हम थे, पूरा अगर आप एवरेज एज निकालो तो 22-23 मैक्स. मतलब उससे बड़े तो कोई थे ही नहीं. सो इट वाज जस्ट कॉलेज पीपल. एंड परमिशंस वगैरह भी लाइक बिकॉज दैट टाइम एवरीबडी न्यू एवरीबडी वाज सफरिंग. तो ऐसा पुलिस वगैरह से भी हम वी डिड इट इन अ प्रॉपर वे वेयर परमिशंस वर टेकन. वी यूज्ड टू वेयर ग्लव्स, मास्क. हमारे साथ लाइक इनिशियल डेज में तो पुलिस का कॉन्वॉय वगैरह भी होता था जस्ट टू एंश्योर कि एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग इन अ सेफ मैनर. So we collaborated a lot. Obviously, all of this could happen only because there were so many people working on this together.
And I think Mumbai was one of the most infectious city, right? Because I think density बहुत ज्यादा है, तो थोड़ा सा risk I think बहुत ज्यादा है मुंबई के अंदर.
तो मैंने जो ये ऑनलाइन क्लासेस वाला बोला, वो तो मतलब जब याद है जब पार्सल्स वगैरह अलाउड हो गए थे भेजना, तब हमने चालू किया था. एंड फूड वगैरह तो जब आपका डेली मूवमेंट वगैरह चालू हो गया था, तब हमने ये चीज की थी. क्योंकि यार कोविड तो काफी टाइम चला ना, तो इट वाज अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स.
And so I think it's been a long journey for you with RiseEdge now. But now अभी क्या हो रहा है, मतलब what are the things areas that you are currently focusing? कहाँ पे अभी रीच है, and then general overview of RiseEdge Foundation अभी.
Correct. So this whole thing, the whole education part of it, जहाँ पे मैंने बोला ना कि laptops and data and classes चल रहे थे, that I took and I, as it is, handed over to another NGO. which looks after its daily functioning even now. And obviously, like, I am there for advising or kind of helping them out in whatever way. फूड वाला तो जैसे कोविड खत्म हो गया तो उसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. ऑल्सो these social entrepreneurs that I'm talking about, most of them left to study and all. एंड मिराकी का जितना भी मेरा सेटअप था मैंने दूसरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को दे दिया था, बिकॉज आई डिडंट हैव द बैंडविड्थ एट दैट टाइम, बिकॉज आई वाज इन द मिडल ऑफ सेटिंग अप माय ओन बिजनेस. तो मतलब मुझसे हो नहीं पा रहा था, बट जो भी चल रहा था काफी अच्छा चल रहा था. एंड आई न्यू कि देयर वर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हु वर डूइंग दिस फुल टाइम. मतलब यार हम तो बच्चे ही थे ना. एंड not like Meraki was like a registered NGO or something, because it wasn't necessary also. We were not taking funds, we were just trying to do something, help people out. तो वो पूरा मैंने दे दिया था to a proper registered NGO who took it also to another level. And I think there was a gap for almost, I think I would like to say 6 months, wherein there was no activity in Meraki, because I was setting up my business. And after setting up my business, I came to know about some other issues that were going on. So like I mentioned earlier that I am in the construction field, तो जो on site staff होता है उनके क्या क्या issues होते हैं. Now this staff primarily is, you know, they are not educated at all, and they are on site doing the most dangerous activities like construction. तो इनका स्किल डेवलपमेंट हो ही नहीं रहा था या हो नहीं पा रहा था, बिकॉज नॉट द राइट काइंड ऑफ टीचर्स वर गिवन. क्योंकि आप अगर कोई इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग टीचर भेज दो तो मतलब इनको तो समझ ही नहीं आएगा. देयर इज दिस different way that these people need to be dealt with and taught. तो आई स्टार्टेड फोकसिंग ऑन दैट कि यार इनका कैसे हम बेटर कर सकते हैं, इनको कैसे हम बेटर एडुकेट कर सकते हैं. वी डिड अ लॉट ऑफ कैंपेन्स फॉर देयर किड्स एंड देयर वाइफ्स, wherein we donated sewing machines to the wives कि you know और एक इनकम सोर्स घर के लिए चालू होना चाहिए. एंड वी हैड टीचर्स टीच हाउ टू यू नो सो बेसिक स्टफ एंड ऑल. तो ये सब करते वक्त आई वाज लाइक कि इसको अब प्रॉपरली करना चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट टाइम आई ऑल्सो हैड द मनी टू काइंड ऑफ यू नो get it in the or get all the permissions that are required, get the like I was more knowledgeable because I had been doing it since so long. तो मुझे समझ आ गया था कि अच्छा ATG 12A CSR ये सब कुछ होता है, इसमें हम और अच्छे काम कर सकते हैं. And that's when Rise Edge Foundation happened. So Meraki is essentially like a Rise Edge is essentially like an extension of Meraki. But right now what we do is, so for me now personally as like a founder or whatever, I don't understand the concept of just picking up one problem and trying to solve it. So so at Rise Edge Foundation also we believe in overall human development and human empowerment. तो फिर इसमें आपका हेल्थ आ गया, आपका एजुकेशन आ गया. देन ऑल्सो आई डोंट नो विच इट कुड बी अ गुड थिंग और अ बैड थिंग, आई डोंट नो, बट आई कांट बी वेरी सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक. सो वी वर्क अ लॉट इन कंस्ट्रक्शन, we work a lot in agriculture and the whole farmer base. तो दिस इज वेयर वी आर एट राइट नाउ. तो जैसे हमारे जो ऑन साइट वर्कर्स है, स्टाफ है ऑन ग्राउंड, उनके लिए हमने स्किल डेवलपमेंट कॉलेज खोला है. वी आर ट्राइंग टू प्रोवाइड एज मच स्कॉलरशिप एज वी कैन. We also have a like a training development institute, skill development institute. On the agricultural front, we have farmer schools going on, which are helping remote farmers in like remote areas where water availability is not at peak, क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र में अब ज्यादा बारिश नहीं हो पा रही है. तो how they can deal with you know having the same kind of crop output. So these are some of the problems that we are focusing on. तो यार जब भी जैसे कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है, we try to build a solution around it and just implement it. तो like I said, we do a lot of animal rescue and stuff like that also, because I love animals. तो maybe ऐसे that's why like the whole umbrella is human empowerment, and then whatever we can do for it, because I believe if something is coming to me and I have a solution for it, I should definitely do it and implement it. So this is where we are at now.
आई थिंक इस पॉइंट के ऊपर बहुत सारे लोग जो वीडियो देख रहे होंगे उनका एक कॉमन सवाल होगा कि हमारे साथ इतना सारा सब चीजें कैसे कर रहे हो. मतलब आई थिंक देयर इज अ लॉट यू आर डूइंग राइट नाउ एंड देन
It is honestly, but यार और बचता क्या है, आप पूरे दिन में करते क्या हो? आप काम करते हो, आप ये करते हो। आई स्टार्ट माई डे एट 5 in the morning, आई एम लाइक आई स्लीप एट 11 12, तो बहुत घंटे हो जाते हैं। मतलब आप खा लो, आप सो लो, आप सब भी कर लो तो भी। एंड आई एम वेरी पैशनेट अबाउट द थिंग्स दैट आई डू। एंड ना मुझे ऐसे लाइफ में सब कुछ करना है। एंड आई एम 26 राइट नाउ, तो है मतलब काफी उम्र है। आई हैव अ लॉट, like I told you, my team is the best people on planet Earth. I was always blessed with having the same kind of mindset wala people around me. So even Meraki worked out so well because of that. Now currently Rise Edge also, because जैसे आपने करेक्टली बोला कि यार मैं इतना सब कैसे कर पाती हूँ, तो ये तो चीज ऑब्वियस है कि इतना सारा एक इंसान तो नहीं कर सकता। So Rise Edge also, now we have an amazing team of amazing people who are actively looking for problems that we can build solutions around, or we can go solve for, or if we have the contacts to kind of provide any help that we can, तो वो सब तो कर रहे हैं। एंड agriculture though is very close to my heart because my extended family, even my family, they've all been from the farmers community. And construction wala jo hum skill development kar rahe hain, that is very hand in hand with the business that I do. So it actually looks ki we do a lot of things and we do, but it's all very interrelated to each other. And if you have the correct idea on how you have to solve it, so execution becomes easier. तो मतलब ऐसे भी फोकस अ लॉट ऑन हाउ टू सॉल्व, हाउ टू बिल्ड द सोल्यूशन, एंड देन एग्जीक्यूशन में हम लोग कर लेते हैं, एंड एवरीथिंग इज फिगर आउटेबल एंड डूएबल, तो इतना कोई ये नहीं है।
Vaibhav, listening to the journey, like from Meraki to Rise Edge, what I see कि there is a huge learning involved for our youth right now. कि जब you have started Meraki, so
Yeah.
that is the time where you were learning the whole process of setting something, and
Yeah.
वो I guess might be helping you today as an entrepreneur when you have started Rise Edge. I am sure like that journey might be helping you today a lot कि इस तरह से मैंने कुछ सेट किया है, बिकॉज व्हेन यू हैव स्टार्टेड मेराकी आई डोंट थिंक सो यू वांटेड टू बी एंटरप्रेन्योर, राइट? वो स्टार्ट किया था बिकॉज ऑफ पैशन।
Yeah. So I always knew that I want to start something of my own and all. Meraki came in as a very big blessing to me personally. Matlab, people always talk about how it helped everybody, and obviously it helped so many people. I'm so glad. But the amount of development and the kind of things that Meraki has done to me as a person, as an entrepreneur, because I don't come essentially from a family business background. तो मैं जो भी थोड़ा बहुत सीखी, पीपल डेवलपमेंट, टीम बिल्डिंग, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशन, ऑपरेशंस, एग्जीक्यूशंस, मतलब तभी तो इतना बड़ा चीज नहीं था। बट नाउ व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इन द कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री इज जस्ट ऑपरेशंस एग्जीक्यूशंस। सो a lot of it started from there. एंड इवन नाउ समटाइम्स लुकिंग बैक आई फील कि यार 18-19 की उम्र में इतना थोड़ा फिगर आउट कर लिया था तो शायद अभी भी कर लूंगी। So that thing of everything is figure outable, always having, so I understood ki having a good team is very very important. So that is what I implemented in my business. I understood ki yaar execution and operations is not easy to do without having a clear path ki tumhari journey kaise hone wali hai. So whenever any problem at work also comes, it's always like, okay, this is the problem, what is the solution, and how are we going to execute it. So Meraki did, I mean, it was such a blessing in disguise because I never thought कि it would happen at such a scale. Because मतलब मैं तो एक orphanage से भी बहुत खुश थी कि यार हम लोग जा रहे हैं, हम लोग कर रहे हैं, then one thing led to another, and the kind of amazing people also that I met, like the social entrepreneurs that I'm talking about, such motivated kids यार, मतलब तुम उनको देखो तो ऐसा लगता है कि तुम कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो। तो when you're surrounded with that kind of energy, you're just like कि नहीं, मतलब there are other people doing this, you can do better. And like you correctly said, all of this combined helped me so much in my entrepreneurial journey. Like it's truly a blessing whatever I've done at that time. मतलब आई कांट इवन टेल यू ऑल कि कितना मुझे हेल्प हुआ है वो मेरे बिजनेस वगैरह में।
Great. And then apart of being a social entrepreneur, I think you also like more like entrepreneurial stuff that is actually into business and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
going to that front little, can you tell us, so far your journey, and I'm talking with respect to business, not anything specific, but in general, ki what has been so far your learning, or anything that you want to highlight specifically कि यार ये चीज तो you need to do, like if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be in a business basically, so this is the skill set or this is something that you need to learn.
You just have to have a lot of courage and determination. आपका स्किल सेट नहीं मैटर करता है, आपको कौन सी डिग्री है, आप क्या करते हो, बिकॉज एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इन जनरल ना, very frankly, it's like getting slapped in your face every single day because things are not easy and you are young, you don't know anything, you don't come from a family of business background, आपको कोई मदद करने वाला नहीं है, you just have to figure out so many things कि वो एक इंस्टेंस आ जाता है कि आपको लगता है कि यार ये छोड़ देते हैं, जॉब कर लेते हैं, सब सही हो जाएगा, सैलरी मिलेगी, सब it'll be all good. So again, like I said, आपके पास कितना भी skill set हो to be the best at whatever, like the best civil engineer, but that determination and grit कि नहीं मुझे यही करना है, मुझे रोज सुबह उठ के I have to learn this, I have to learn that, because even talking about like taxation and the government laws around building a business, building a company, very very difficult stuff, and nobody, मतलब अगर आप एक्चुअल में यूट्यूब पे भी जाके देख लोगी हाउ टू बिल्ड कंपनी, जो छोटी छोटी चीजें है ना वो तो कोई बोलता ही नहीं है. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई डिडंट हैव मनी व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड, राइट? सो मेरे कंपनी का जीएसटी रजिस्ट्रेशन, शॉप एक्ट सर्टिफिकेट, ये सब मैंने खुद ने भरा है, बिकॉज आई रिमेम्बर दिस वन एजेंसी आई हैड अप्रोच्ड, दे हैड आस्क्ड मी फॉर 10,000 rupees and I was like, do I want to spend that much money here? So, and just so determination is one, and the attitude of कि यार फिगर आउट कर लेंगे, मतलब.
और एक चीज शायद आई डोंट नो बट आई थिंक यू पॉइंटेड आउट वेरी वेल कि पता नहीं होता ऑनेस्टली, आई थिंक, एंड दिस इज आई एम टॉकिंग, आई हैव फ्यू फाउंडर्स दैट आर फ्रॉम आईआईटी आईआईएम्स, राइट? अब उनको हम समझते हैं कि दैट इज द क्रीमेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया बेसिकली, राइट? बट जब हम लोग बात करते ना, दे आर लाइक यार समझ में नहीं आ रहा, एंड देन हम सुबह उठ के like when we connect again they say यार अब तो 4 आइडिया आ गए. So eventually it's all about you figure it out eventually, कैसे भी करके हाँ it came. But great things, I think. Coming to the next point, and that is majorly about what next now, like what is the next thing that you are planning for Rise Age? Is there something that you want to do, maybe you're not able to do, you are like anything, like you want to share anything? What does future look like for Rise Age?
So recently we built our own college and started our diploma college. Now that was done in a very rural area of Maharashtra, because again coming back to my whole life का theory कि access to opportunity होनी चाहिए, तो ये अगर rural area में भी पढ़ रहे हैं बच्चे, तो they had to come to cities like Pune, Mumbai to kind of get better education. Not all families can afford sending their children, so they have to drop out, they don't even get a chance of going there. So we set up the college, response was amazing. We worked around a lot of scholarships also, because I am very well connected to the construction industry. We made sure they got really good jobs. So this was again very eye opening thing कि यार मतलब बहुत टैलेंट है, उनको अगर अच्छे से नर्चर करेंगे तो काफी अच्छा वो लाइफ में कर सकते हैं. So this is now the diploma college model that we are following. I want to take it to the university level kind of a thing. One of the other aspirations and ambitions that I have, and we will start working towards it in this financial year, is building a school. In the remote part, like मैं जिस गांव से हूँ उस गांव में a proper CBSE setup, wherein my vision for it is कि आप 7th 8th standard से बच्चों को थोड़ा सा exposure देना चालू करो कि IIT JEE क्या होता है या NEET क्या होती है, because again ये बच्चे जब तक वो और उनका परिवार समझ पाते हैं कि अच्छा ये ऐसी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स होती है, ये बच्चे पहुंच जाते हैं 11th में, तो एक्सपोजर नहीं होता है, फिर क्लासेस करने के लिए टाइम नहीं रहता है, पैसे नहीं रहते हैं. तो अगर ये कॉन्वर्सेशन, सो नॉट इन द टॉक्सिक वे वेर इन 7th स्टैंडर्ड से आप कोडिंग कर रहे हो, ऐसा कुछ ऐसा नहीं, बट जस्ट बेसिक कॉन्वर्सेशन कि अच्छा ये ऑप्शंस है, ये ऑप्शंस है, आप ये भी कर सकते हो. सो एटलीस्ट एवरीबडी कैन बी मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड कि ये सब भी है, एंड बच्चे को आफ्टर 11th 12th वापस गांव में रुकने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो भी बाहर जाके और अच्छा कर सकता है. So school is something that I really want to do, and we will start working on it very soon. College का भी I aspire to take it to the university level, तो उसका भी infrastructure वगैरह सब देखना पड़ेगा. And one of the other main focuses for what next is going to be healthcare, because we did a lot of healthcare and dental care camps for various tribes and the tribal communities in and around. तो उसका भी हम लोग थोड़ा planning कर रहे हैं कि how we can reach better. So we have started the conversation with the dentists, and we are planning for how we can reach them better. तो वो सब अब पूरा ideation process में है. Coming back to it, we largely want to human empowerment, जो मैं इतना टाइम से बोल रही हूँ, तो उसमें how I see it is education, agriculture and medical. ये अगर आप तीनों एक holistic environment बनाए, तो a whole community can be uplifted because of that.
Great. So, Amarja Rajan Nimbalkar, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I think I yapped too much, but this was so much fun. I got to learn a lot about myself also. And what you guys also, it was so nice connecting.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching this podcast till now. And Prachi, any final thoughts?
It was amazing hearing Amarja today, and I believe there was two learnings from this podcast. One, like in your college days, if you want to exactly learn about the journey, how Amarja has started with Meraki, that is the exact way how you can start with some process with minimal amount, and obviously no amount, I can say. And then you can learn, yeah, no amount, and then you can actually learn the process of setting something by your own. This was a great learning from this podcast what I had today. And the second learning, obviously, like being a girl, you can also be in the site and you can work. I guess that old days are gone where you think, now you cannot go and you cannot work on field. Like you are good to go, and it's totally on you that how you pursue this. So these are the two learnings what I had in this podcast. Thank you so much, Amarja, for joining us today, and it was amazing having a chat with you today.
Thank you so much for having me and doing this with me.
Thank you, guys. If you like this podcast, do hit that like button. Amarja is approachable on LinkedIn. Do send her a message. How did you like
Yeah,
the
LinkedIn,
podcast?
Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm there.
So thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye. Next podcast. Right.
Although I don't
It was one of the